Everyone loves the beach. It's full of fun, sand, and relaxation. It's no surprise that everyone likes to get away sometimes. And with so many people building lifelong memories on the beach of time spent with their family or friends, the beach is one of the top holiday spots for many. However, back in the summer of 2021, quite an unusual family decided to take their own little trip to a beach. It was the summer of 2021, and the weather was scorching. The sun was out all day, every day, and a massive heat wave had engulfed swaths of the west of the US, with one of the places hit being California. While many people loved the summer due to the long days and warmer climates, the temperatures of this particular summer had reached roughly 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or 32 degrees Celsius, which had sent hundreds of desperately hot people heading to the local beaches in an attempt to cool themselves down in the cold water. And by moving as little as possible, one beach in particular that attracted a lot of attention was Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is a large freshwater lake in the Sierra Nevada mountains, straddling the border of California and Nevada. It's known for its beaches and ski resorts. Alongside the lake's northeast side, Lake Tahoe Nevada State Park includes Sand Harbor Beach and Spooner Lake, with its beautiful crystal blue water and golden sandy beaches. It's a popular destination for tourists and locals alike. As the people arrived at the beach, they set up their towels and other beach apparel, and happily began to let the day roll past them in a haze of relaxation. Over the course of the day, people had spent their time either sunbathing in the scorching sun, hoping to get the perfect summer tan, swimming in the tantalizingly sapphire blue waters, trying to get a glimpse at the unique and beautiful marine wildlife that lived just beneath the water surfaces, and generally just having a time. A group of beachgoers were lining up to grab themselves a cool and refreshing ice cream when, all of a sudden, something happened that caught their attention. Back on the beach, people were jumping up and running away as if trying to get away from something. But what it turned out to be shocked everyone at the lake. It's not uncommon for people to hear of animals wandering down to the local beach in order to cool off themselves. However, it seems as if more and more creatures are venturing out of their homes and risking their lives by going to the beach while people are still around. Throughout the heat wave, there had been reports of animals being impacted by the record-breaking temperatures the area was experiencing. Habitats have been affected by the forest fires, droughts, and other environmental hardships. Lots of scientists and environmentalists agree that with the climate of the world rapidly changing, more natural disasters such as wildfires and extreme temperatures will become a much more regular occurrence. Because of this, people can expect to see more and more of different kinds of wildlife as they're driven out of their habitats and forced to interact with humans. This is exactly what happened that day at Lake Tahoe. As some of the beachgoers quickly ran away, others became curious as to what the panic was all about. Interested in the scene that was unfolding, one beachgoer bravely stood up and wandered towards where all of the commotion was, only to be shocked when they arrived at the scene. Standing at the edge of the water were three creatures that the beachgoers never would have expected to see. The animals happily played together, seemingly without a care for the humans nearby. It was a small family of animals, a mama and her two babies. Calmly, the mother animal made her way into the water, and her two babies followed behind quite excitedly. Once in the cool lake, the babies instantly began to play with one another, splashing about and playing fight. All of the beachgoers watched in amazement as the animals enjoyed their refreshing swim. The people had never seen anything quite like it before, and they were amazed that this particular animal was willing to be out and around humans, especially with her babies following her. After a little while, the animals decided that they had had their fill of the beach and happily lumbered their way out of the water. They then calmly walked back the way they came and disappeared back into the forest. Once they were gone, the beachgoers who had run away slowly started to drift back to their spots, still in disbelief over what they had just witnessed. But what kind of animals had they been that had inspired such awe and fear among the beachgoers? Well, it turned out to be a mama black bear and her two cubs who decided to go for a swim that day. The scene was caught on camera and amazed people so much that it was even published on various different media sites, including the news. After the video went viral, it sparked some debate on Twitter amongst the people who watched it. One user commented, "Do y'all understand how hot it had to be for this bear to bring her cubs near all these people?" The woman who filmed the bears going swimming said, "People on the beach were shocked to see them there." And another user wrote, "The wild part isn't that they're going swimming. Of course bears swim all the time. The wild part is that this mother bear took her cubs out swimming near humans. Bears are known for how protective and territorial they are, especially mothers. It's a huge risk to be near humans." While some people were sympathetic to the animal's problems, other users had a different view of what had happened. Some residents of the local area reported that this was more normal than it looked. "I live in Lake Tahoe. This isn't weird. We run into bears at least weekly at my house. More so because I walk my dogs twice a day. They don't bug people. It hasn't been over 92 degrees the past week. Yes, that's hot for this time, but not abnormal to see a bear and cubs taking a dip," wrote someone in response. However, what both the locals and the beachgoers agreed with was that it was very strange to see the bears in a place packed with humans. One of the people who were at the beach that day was a woman called Jennifer Watkins, who said in an interview that everyone was a little shocked about the bear sightings. She then went on to say that local law enforcement said that humans being that close to bears was very dangerous. This is because bears are naturally dangerous animals with their razor-sharp claws, immense strength, and powerful bite force. "We're in their territory when we're up in the foothills and the Sierra Nevada," Lieutenant Nelson Resendez from the Placer County Sheriff's Office said in an interview. "Don't feed them, don't entice them, don't provoke them, and especially in a setting like this, don't approach them. Respect their space." While going to the beach to cool down might be the most logical reason for why the bears were at Lake Tahoe, there's another reason why they might have been there. There may have been reports of black bears suffering from encephalitis. This is a type of brain disease that leads the animal to put their guard down around humans. Since March 2020, 4 bears have been reported to have been diagnosed with the condition. However, with how hot the weather was that day, it's much more likely that the mama bear simply wanted to take a nice, relaxing, and refreshing dip in the water with her 2 babies, much like everyone else who was there that day. Sadly, with how much the climate is changing at such a fast pace, it will likely become a much more common occurrence to see animals we might never have expected before making their way to the beaches and other cooler areas which are populated with people. And while it might be fascinating to see these amazing animals, it's also important to remember that they are still wild and that they should be given distance and respect so that nobody ends up getting hurt.